We're Grayson and Ashley. We've been living on the road for nearly 5 years. We've been to 49 of 50 states, traveled throughout Canada, Baja, Mexico, and have even driven to the Arctic Ocean. Right now, we're on one of our biggest adventures yet, a road trip to the northeasternmost point in North America. We're documenting our life on the road, places we visit, and everything in between. Come along for our full-time adventure.
Over the next few days, we'll be road tripping through Northern California, exploring new places, chasing waterfalls, and walking among some of the tallest trees on Earth. As we continue north, each stop brings a new adventure, and we can't wait to take you along for the journey. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we made the drive from Reno to Lassen Volcanic National Park. Fun fact, this is actually our 40-somethingth national park and our second to last that we need to visit in California. The last one is Channel Islands, but that's gonna have to be for another time. With it being pretty early in the year, a lot of the park is still inaccessible and roads are closed, but we're excited to explore what we can as we continue our road trip north.
We are currently hiking the Manzanita Lake Trail. It's a 1.8 mile loop trail, and I think it's the perfect time to share some information about Lassen Volcanic National Park. So this park is one of the few places in the world you can actually see all four types of volcanoes. So there are shield volcanoes, there's a cinder cone, there's a plug dome, as well as a composite. And Lassen Peak actually qualifies as two of those. And it's super cool because Lassen Peak is actually the tallest point in the park at 10,457 feet. And another cool fact is the last time it erupted was 1914 to 1921. It was considered one of the most recent volcanic eruptions in the continental US. Thankfully, doesn't really look like it's erupting today, so we can actually explore the park in peace.
We're about halfway around the trail now, and we've made it to this beautiful area where you can see Lassen Peak. And a really nice thing about being here this time of year is that it is so quiet. We've seen maybe 2-3 other people on the trail the whole time. So of course it has its downsides, like things not being open, but the fact that we get to be here and enjoy this all by ourselves, listen to the birds and not hear a bunch of other people and have a bunch of other people around is pretty special. So honestly, cannot complain at all. There's still some parts on the trail that have snow, and even parts of the lake that are still iced over, which is crazy because it's like 60 degrees out. We found a nice little spot to stay just 5 minutes away from the hike that we were doing. It's literally just a pull out. The main road is right here, but with all the trees and everything, it feels very secluded, and it's nice too because there's a big opening in the sky, so we'll be able to use our Starlink and do a little bit more research as to what might be open in the park. From our drive here, it looks like a lot is closed and the roads are inaccessible, but time will tell. Hello! Hello!
Our time in Lassen Volcanic National Park was cut short, unfortunately, due to a lot of the things still being closed since it's like winter, I guess. Even though it's spring, there wasn't really much snow, but the roads were closed. So we drove 45 minutes away to our next stop, which is Burney Falls. And what's super cool about Burney Falls is that it is a spring-fed, year-round waterfall. This is in a state park, so the entry fee is $10. So we just parked and you can actually already hear the falls. So let's go check it out.
We have decided to do the loop trail, which is just over a mile, but like Grayson said, you could already hear the waterfall from the parking lot, and we are seconds onto the trail, and you can actually already see the waterfall behind us, but we are going downhill, so I think it's going to take us to like a bottom area where we can see it really well. So we're really excited to get down there, but from what we can see already, it looks pretty crazy.
Burney Falls is one of those places that doesn't feel real until you're standing in front of it. The water falls 129 feet into the blue pool, and it's not just one big stream. It seeps out of the rocks too, creating a wild, curtain-like effect of waterfalls. It flows all year long, even in the middle of the summer, and the mist cools the area down by like 10 to 20 degrees. It's one of those spots that just sticks with you.
Since this is a loop trail, you could have gone to the waterfall first or done the rest of the trail first. And we did the waterfall first, so now we're walking back up the trail around the loop the other way. But we're walking right next to the river, as well as being surrounded by all these beautiful trees. So this trail is stunning.
$5.59 per gallon? That hurts.
We pulled into this BLM area where we were planning on camping, and we still might, but driving in there were a lot of ruins, old houses, just a little bit spooky.
Spooky houses. They were like abandoned and like spray painted.
Lots of graffiti.
Yeah.
And once we got down here, oh, where was it?
It's right
somewhere over
tree.
here, behind me, behind this tree, there's like more of a house.
It's like ruined.
I don't know where it is. You can't see it from here. It's over there.
But there's like steps and it's like just spooky. I don't know.
We're getting the spooks, so we're trying to decide if we want to stay or not. And it looks like it's getting dark, but it's not getting dark yet. It's just because we're surrounded by mountains. You can see the sun up there.
Yeah,
so.
I think we still have like an hour-ish till sunset, but man, it's kind of spooky.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Let's check out Overlander and see if anything's close, and if not, I guess we'll stay. If so, I guess we'll go.
Okay, I'll see you soon. This is the little structure I was talking about while we were up there. You couldn't see it, but we've decided to park over here. It's actually a really nice spot overall. There's a river down here that we're right next to. So I think it will be perfectly fine, but it's just a little creepy. Where we're camping is the Trinity River BLM area, and to get to the point where we are today, we've driven about 2.5 hours today, but it felt a lot longer with a lot of mountain roads, super windy, going through lots of little towns and stuff, but it was very scenic, very beautiful. But we're excited to be here and can't wait to continue our journey on tomorrow.
A lot of you probably think that I do all the driving, but sometimes Ashley likes to drive. And so if you're a woman and you're thinking about driving a truck camper, don't be afraid. Little Ashley drives our big 450 and does it like a boss. Let's get on the road. We're on a 2.5 hour drive today, and the first 2 hours is from where we are in the Shasta Trinity National Forest to the California coast. We've actually never driven this way before, but from there we're going to be making our way north to the Redwoods State and National Parks. We've been to the area before, but we're going to be doing some new things this time, and until then we're just going to enjoy this beautiful drive.
Who told you that it was too late? When was it that you started leaning that way? 4 tires cut into the clay. It dries up and now there's just one road to take. It's growing up over with me. So easy to drive. The poison is spilling upstream.
We have made it to Redwoods National and State Parks. And I keep saying it that way because it is a national park, but it also has 3 state parks integrated within it. But the Redwoods National and State Parks is known for their coastal redwoods, and those trees are absolutely ridiculously tall. And we will be seeing some of those on our journey here, or while we're here. And the first trail we're doing actually is not known for those. It's called Fern Canyon. And what it's known for is a canyon that is covered in ferns. And we've actually done this hike before. The drive out here is pretty crazy actually. It's like an 8-mile washboard dirt road that's pretty rough. Last time we were here it was super rainy and foggy, so we're expecting it to look a little bit different this time. And look how beautiful it is. Just from first walking into the canyon, you can see just how stunning it is. Let's explore.
What's pretty cool about this trail is that you're walking through a canyon the whole time, but with walking through a canyon, there's also water that you walk through a lot, which is kind of fun, but also kind of challenging, like trying to stay dry. But so far, the Blundstones are doing actually a really good job. But another really cool thing about this hike is if you see all around us, it's just very green, very lush, very lively. There's water dripping down. It's absolutely stunning. And some people might think it looks a little bit familiar because Jurassic Park, one of the movies, was actually filmed here. We've yet to watch it. The last time we were here and we were doing this hike, we're like, okay, we really need to watch Jurassic Park. And we still haven't yet, but it is beautiful and I could see why it would be chosen for a film location.
It's literally so deep.
I think you have to jump to the log. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Since this is a loop trail, we started off down in the canyon, and after walking through the canyon, we walked up some steps, up a hill, and now we're walking out of the canyon and back towards the truck. All the way over there is where we started the hike, where there are those people. This is the canyon that we walked through, and now we're at the top, looking down into the canyon. We made it back down that road, and now we are on Highway 101, and it's kind of nostalgic to be driving this road again. The last time we were driving this road, we were on our way to Alaska, and now we're pretty much going in the total opposite direction. So it's fun to be back in the same area, visiting some of the same places, but also some different places like Grayson said earlier. We are actually on our way to watch sunset now at an overlook. I don't know if it's going to be a good sunset, but we're definitely hoping it's a good sunset because a nice sunset overlooking the beach never disappoints. Last night we camped right in this little pullout right off the side of the road, and as you can tell, these views are beautiful, so it was so worth it for any kind of street noise. But there really wasn't even that much noise because with the waves crashing in, that's mainly what we heard more than anything else. So it was a really great place to stay, and then of course with the sunset last night, it was amazing. This morning we are hiking the Lifer and Ellsworth Loop Trail. This trail is about 2 miles long, and originally we actually went to go to a different trail and the road was closed to get there, so we ended up here. But this trail, we're only maybe 2 minutes into it and it's already so beautiful. It's just really cool to be surrounded by some of the tallest trees in the world. Some of these coastal redwoods here actually get to over 380 feet tall, and some of them are also over 2,000 years old. Last time we visited the redwoods, I felt the same way that I do right now. Just walking around these trees and just seeing how big they are. There's no way we can even capture them, like we're trying to take pictures and videos and all that kind of stuff. And the trees are just so large, you really can't get a good grasp of how big they are. So if you've never been to redwoods before, definitely make sure it's on your list. And if you've been before, were you totally blown away? We'd love to hear your thoughts. This is definitely just one of those parks that makes you just...
Wow.
Wow, yeah, literally, I don't have any words. It just makes you...
Speechless.
Yeah, speechless. Just walking around and seeing these trees. Unreal.
What's crazy is seeing how tall these trees are, but what's even crazier is seeing the root systems that hold them into the ground. Because you'd only think, I mean, Ashley said something about 380 feet tall, and like wind and all that kind of stuff. Like, how does it stay in the ground? Well, this is a tree that fell over, so obviously it didn't stay in the ground that well. But you can see like how large its root system is, and I guarantee this is probably just a part of it. And I'm 6'2", and that's got to be like 10, 12 feet tall. And it actually drops down on the other side of the trail over here as well. Pretty freaking crazy how big this thing is.
We have made it into Oregon, but we still have a little bit more that we're driving tonight. Since we're on this super long road trip, we have so much ground to cover and so much to see. So we're pretty much just go, 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 move, move, move. So we are going to finish the video here, but we had so much fun exploring the last few days through Northern California, exploring places that we've been before, but also visiting new places. And we're really excited to just continue on our road trip and to explore Oregon. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell to be notified when we post next, and we'll see you next week in Oregon.